This morning, I'm going to talk about a rather controversial yet very interesting topic. We're going to talk about betrayal. I know for a fact that each and every one of us has experienced betrayal at some point in time in our lives. And you know the common thing about betrayal? The common thing is that every betrayal comes from a trust. Look on your screen, let it soak in for a minute. Every betrayal comes from a trust. So you have to put your trust in someone for them to be able to betray you. Now, this morning, I'm going to use the story of Joseph and his brothers in the Bible to illustrate everything that I'm saying. And just to give you some sort of hope, to give the betrayed person some sort of hope, to be reassured that sometimes when we find ourselves in a pit, as in the case of Joseph, the pit is just basically a pit stop. So that pit that you're presently in, that pit is being used by the Almighty Creator to propel you to your greatness. Now, as we all know, it was not strangers who threw Joseph in that pit. It was his own brothers, people that he loved. The reason why betrayal and lies are so painful, because they are committed by people that we trust. Those that were supposed to take care of you and protect you. They conspired, talked behind his back, deceived, lied on him, turned their backs and attacked him at the time when he least expected. He was betrayed by the very people that he thought was closest to him. Now, he was just bringing them food. But instead of being welcomed in open arms by his brothers, they lay hold of him and hurt him. So whilst Joseph was crying out for help to his brothers, they were there eating the very food that he had brought them. Now, people that you have fed, people that you have helped, some of them will not even bother to help you in times of your trials. You best believe. So the pit has a way of thinning out the people you don't need in your life. When things are bleak, you'll know who the real friends are. Some people that you're presently hanging with, you don't need to hang with them. That is why God brings you sometimes to a season of trial. Sometimes it's not for you, it's for the people that tries to latch onto you so that they can no longer influence you. No, God is about to take you to another level where certain people can't hang with you, but sometimes we put ourselves in these cliques that we try to hang with people and we try to gain acceptance by a certain group. But God has set us apart. That's the term holy. It means to set apart from Him. Now, God has a plan for your life. And while you're trying to please certain people, while you're trying to be in harmony with the world around you, while you want to blend in, God says, I have set you apart for my purpose so that you can be used for my glory. So sometimes the pits in your life are pits of isolation. It is not isolation so that you can be sad, but just because you need to be separated from the masses. Now, in the day and age of today, where we have the internet, fast cars, Wi-Fi speeds, technology, and too much traffic, and you have got work, you are trying to balance your work, your job, your kids, you are doing so much and listening to so many different voices around you, and each and every voice is trying to catch our attention. So guess what God does? God's put us sometimes in a situation where it is just you and him, and then he can start to talk to you how he needs to talk to you because he has garnered your attention, and you can literally start hearing his voice. And you begin to realize, even in this stressful moment, this is where I got to hear the voice of God. This is where I have an opportunity to listen. This is where I have an opportunity to get back on track. So I'm fascinated with these race cars. I see Formula One, NASCAR, but you'll see all these car races, and in the midst of all the chaos on that race car track, they will go to what is called a pit stop. Now, for those who know about race cars, you'll know what a pit stop is. You would think that in a racing car race, where every second counts, it seems like stopping for any length of time is counterproductive. But no, the pit stop is not a distraction. It is very much necessary. So you need to park at a pit stop so you can change your tires. You can refuel the car so you can keep running the race. So the pit stop in your life, my friends, is not permanent. It is just a pit stop. Now, to all of the Josephs out there who have been thrown in a pit by the one you love, please remember that after the pit stop, you still have Potiphar's house to deal with, and you also have prison. But never lose sight of the promise, because you're on your way to the palace. Yeah, man, a word to the wise. And this one is most definitely for who it's for. Be blessed.